My name is Darius Carter, and if there's one thing I learned at Westbrook High, it's that brilliance means nothing when people decide not to see it. From the moment I walked into that school, I knew I was different. Not because of anything I'd done, but because I was the only black student in my entire senior class. I was smart, maybe even too smart for some people's comfort. I aced every test, solved problems faster than most teachers expected, and built things out of curiosity that my classmates couldn't even pronounce. But instead of respect, I got silence. Instead of friends, I got whispers. And the craziest part? The same students who avoided me at school slid into my messages at night begging, "Darius, please do my math assignment. Bro, help me write my essay. I'll fail if you don't explain this chapter." I helped sometimes, not for them but because I believed knowledge shouldn't be a weapon. But at school, they acted like I didn't exist. The situation got worse the morning I walked into room 204. I had barely taken my seat when Mr. Alden, our physics teacher, looked straight at me and said loudly, "Darius, move to the desk at the back." Alone. I looked around, confused. What? What did I do? He didn't even bother to look up. "You're distracting the class. Move." The whole room went silent for a second, then the whispers started. "He probably cheated again. Maybe he thinks he's too smart. Just sit in the back where he belongs." I picked up my bag and walked to the lonely desk shoved against the wall, my new spot. From that day on, I wasn't a student in that room. I was a problem they wanted out of sight. Mr. Alden stopped calling on me. No group wanted me near them. People moved their chairs when I came close. And I remember sitting there, staring at that blank wall, asking myself, what did I ever do except exist? But everything changed on the day of our major physics project presentations, the one that counted for 40% of our final grade. When Mr. Alden finished calling every group, he looked at me with that familiar smirk. "Oh right," he said loudly, "Darius, do you even have a project? Or were you planning to copy someone's work again?" The class exploded with laughter. I stood up slowly. My hands were shaking, not from fear, but from finally being done with all of it. "Yes," I said quietly. "I have a project." I walked to the front, plugged in my USB drive, and the screen lit up with my work. A fully functional aircraft anti-collision navigation system. The kind used in aviation technology. The kind adults get paid to develop. I had built it alone from scratch. The room went dead silent. As I explained real-time obstacle detection, predictive mapping, emergency rerouting, and sensor integration, I watched their faces. Confusion. For the first time, they were actually listening to me. When I finished, no one said a single word. One of the students whispered, "He's a genius." Another said, "Why didn't we ever notice?" I turned to them and said calmly, "You didn't notice because you never tried." What I didn't know was that the principal had been standing at the door the whole time, watching. When the last slide disappeared, she stepped forward, her eyes wide. "Darius, this is extraordinary," she said. "Please come with me. We need to talk immediately." Then she turned to Mr. Alden, her voice turning ice cold. "And you? My office. Now." What happened after that spread through the school like fire. My project was submitted to a national tech competition. A top university reached out wanting to mentor me. Teachers from every department congratulated me. And Mr. Alden? He faced disciplinary action for discrimination. Suddenly, the same students who ignored me now stared at me with respect. Some apologized. Some tried small talk. And yes, the same ones who begged for homework help came back again, but this time their voices were softer, humbler. But I wasn't doing assignments anymore. I wasn't hiding my brilliance anymore. I wasn't sitting in the back anymore. At the end of year ceremony, when the principal walked on stage to announce the highest honor of the school, my heart was steady. The award for Best Outstanding Student in the entire school goes to Darius Carter. I walked up to the stage as the entire room stood and clapped. Not out of mockery, not out of obligation, but out of recognition. The boy they isolated, ignored, humiliated, had become the student no one would ever forget. And for the first time in a long time, I felt seen.